Oh man, is it great to hear that intro once again. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chris Craft Cup Series is back! The Chris Craft Cup Series is here at the Bristol Motor Speedway for race number 2. Season number 4, we have 37 cars on the lineup today. Ty Gibbs on the pole, on the hunt for his first career win. And he is ready to take on the field. Starting next to him will be the 9 of Chase Elliott, your season number 1 champion, by the way. Can he maybe repeat a championship and be our first repeat champion? All these questions will be answered in due time, but I am glad we are back here to race the Chris Craft Cup Series. Also, we got 2 silly season stories. Shane Van Gisbergen, after being in the 16 for the Daytona 500, he has moved to the 88 for Team Trackhouse. So that means AJ Allmendinger will now pilot the Colleague Racing number 16 machine. Things are definitely going to get good here today. We got Burt Myers, a part-time driver, starting about mid-pack. Things are going to get good. There's Ryan Preece in the 10 looking for his first win. Chase Briscoe, Chris Buescher, who won race 7 of season 3. Justin Haley starting near the front. Daniel Suarez is up there. And I think this is going to be an awesome race. Today, I am not alone for the return of the Chris Craft Cup Series. Up here in the booth with me is Cadillac Cup Series. You guys may know him when I collabed with him on his Daytona 500 for, I believe, season number 2 it was. He can correct me on that. But welcome, CKCS. Are you ready to go racing tonight?
You better believe I'm ready to here at Bristol, Tennessee for my first annual commentary here on the Chris Craft Racing channel. And for your information, he commentated on me with Daytona season 3. But let's forget about that. This is the last great Coliseum here at the Chris Craft Racing Network. For Bristol, Tennessee, this is going to be an excellent night here today.
Yeah, I know how you feel, man. It is great to be back. We got 15 laps around the last great Coliseum today, and it is definitely going to be a good one, like you said. But now, let's head down trackside for the most famous words in motorsports. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to business. Let's go racing here in Bristol at the last great Coliseum. But first, let's get the command to fire the engines.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Wow, what a command. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to race at the last great Coliseum. Here is your starting lineup. On the front row, you have the 54 Ty Gibbs and your season 1 champ, Chase Elliott.
Row number 2 consists of Josh Berry and the 99 of Daniel Suarez.
In row number 3, you have the 7 of Justin Haley and the 34 of Todd Gilliland.
Row 4 contains of Bubba Wallace and John Hunter Nemechek in the 42.
In row number 5, you have the 17 of Chris Buescher and your Clash winner, Tyler Reddick.
Then we have Chase Briscoe and Shane Gisbergen now transferring to Trackhouse Racing.
In row number 7, you have the 10 of Ryan Preece and the 6 of Brad Keselowski.
Row 8 contains Burt Myers and the 8 of the Daytona 500 champion, Kyle Rowdy Busch.
In row 9, you have the 16 of AJ Allmendinger and the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
And row 10, we have William Byron and Noah Gregson in the 4.
In row number 11, you have the 43 of Eric Jones and the 41 of Cole Custer.
Row 12 contains Kyle Larson and the 18 of Jensen Button.
In row 13, you have the 48 of Alex Bowman and the 11 of Denny Hamlin.
Row 14, Christopher Bell in the 20 and Harrison Burton in the 2.
In row 15, you have Ross Chastain in the 1 and Carson Hocebar in the 77.
Row 16 is Michael McDowell and the 14 of Sam Mayer.
In row 17, you have the 91 of Connor Zilish and the 3 of Austin Dillon.
Row 18 contains of Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano, both of them Penske teammates.
And rounding out the field in row number 19 is going to be the 38 of Zane Smith. Let's take a look at some race facts. So we have 15 laps around the last great Coliseum here today. 5 points for every lap you lead. 25 for getting the halfway bonus. And tires do tend to be a problem here. Who's your pick to win this one, Cadillac Cup Series?
One of my picks today going into Bristol is Kyle Larson. He knows how to get around Bristol, Tennessee. He was a real-life winner. Let's see what he can do today.
That's definitely a great pick. I'm going to have to say watch out for Denny Hamlin. He's always really good here, starting a little bit further back than usual. but I think he's going to find a way through this field. Also, watch for some dark horses. Daniel Suarez, Todd Gilliland, Justin Haley starting near the front. How about less talk and more racing? Ty Gibbs and Chase Elliott come off a turn number 4. The green flag is in the air. We are racing.
Chris Craft Cup Series is officially back underway. Ty Gibbs lead going down the turns 1 and 2. You have a strong car early on in this race. It's hard to go to 3 and 4. As they're now crossing the line to lap 2.
Yeah, like you said, Cadillac. Gibbs with a strong lead already. Here comes Josh Berry. He tries to get to the top to mount a charge. It's not enough as Gibbs still leads the way.
As they exit on lap 3 here, still Gibbs and Berry leading going into lap number 4. As they're rounding out into turn 1, here comes Josh Berry on the inside. But here comes Noah with the charge.
Here comes Gregson. Still trying to get a run on that 54. Nothing's working. He's going to try again. Trouble. Berry around, hard in the wall, and back up into traffic. And the caution flag is out.
Big incident here near turn 3 at Bristol, Tennessee. Josh Berry is out of it. Chase Elliott's also out. Daytona 500 champion Kyle Busch is out of it. Man, what big hits for all these drivers, but luckily all of them are climbing out of their cars.
Luckily, all drivers are climbing out of their cars, like you said, Cadillac, but man, that was nasty. Buescher on pit road. He's going to be the only driver that's going to be able to keep going. As Chase Elliott, your outside pole, taken out. Now, let's take a look at a replay.
Coming out of 2, looks like Berry got turned or loose from Gisbergen, but hard into the wall goes Josh Berry.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard hit, both for Berry and Keselowski. Buescher does make it out of pit road. All the other drivers are out of their cars and are out of the race. We will restart on lap 7, and then after that will be the halfway point. Who gets the bonus?
We will see who gets the bonus as the cars are back to the left pedal. We're back green here at Bristol.
We'll get Noah Gregson with the other race lead. Here comes Priest. Not enough of a run right there. And it's going to be Noah Gregson getting the halfway bonus. Starting to build a gap on the 10. Trouble! He blows a tire and he's hard into the outside retaining wall.
Big impact from the 4 Noah Gregson after taking the halfway bonus points. And now his number 4 is done for the day, man. What a big impact to the outside wall.
Man, a lot of nasty hits taking place today. Gregson getting the halfway bonus at least, but man, that was nasty. Thankfully, he is out of his car, and we're ready for the restart. Ryan Preece and Ty Gibbs on the front row. Look at SVG in 3rd. Carson Hocevar coming from the back. Haley sits in 5th. Larson 6th. Let's go green.
They're back on the lap pedal here. And, there goes the 45 and the 16. They're both into the wall.
Well, that didn't take long whatsoever. AJ Allmendinger and Tyler Reddick get way squirrely on the start. I think one of them spun their tires. One of them swerved up the track, and it was just it for them. They are out of this race. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to go into overtime with this one.
Before we go to overtime, let's see what happened on the instant replay. What happened to both Reddick and Allmendinger.
It looked like they were already sideways when they came in frame. I believe Reddick spun his tires and got washed up the track, and oh man, ending both of their days. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the restart. 2 laps to go because of overtime. This is definitely going to be a good one. Who's your pick to watch out for on this last restart here, Cadillac?
You know, he was quite all day from 33rd. My pick is Connor Zilic. He's been quite all day, but he's in a big factor coming up to the overtime in the final restart.
Yeah, he's for sure going to be a factor here. Here we go. 2 to go. Green flag's back in the air.
Overtime is underway. Gibbs and Priest lead us going to turn number 1. Here comes the 77 of Hocevar. Big run by Hocevar.
White flag for Hocevar. Here comes Zilic. He goes to the inside and makes the move for the lead. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Connor Zilic from 33rd will win at the Bristol Motor Speedway. What an insane last lap at Bristol Motor Speedway. Connor Zilic from the 33rd position takes the win away from Carson Hocevar, who also started really deep in the pack. That was a well-fought victory for Connor Zilic, avoiding all the mayhem and all the nasty hits today to pick up his first career series win in only his 3rd appearance in the Chris Craft Cup Series. Thank you so much for joining me, Cadillac Cup Series, but first I gotta ask, what did you think of today's racing?
This race was an epic race here at Bristol, Tennessee, like it always is in real life or in the Chris Craft Cup Series. What a win by the kid Connor Zilic, man. What a way to pull off a victory here of passing the 77 of Carson Hocevar for the victory. And what a huge win for the 91 of Connor Zilic for Trackhouse Racing. what a performance by that kid.
Yeah, man, you're definitely right. That was an awesome race compared to how bad short track races have been with the next gen car. That was amazing. Up next on the schedule, we are heading to Kansas. That'll be a 20-lap shootout. I wonder if we're going to have another insane close finish. Maybe Buescher versus Larson Part 2. You never know. But once again, thank you so much for joining me, Cadillac Cup Series. It was an honor having you here. And if you ever want to work with me again, please reach out, because I would be more than happy to work with you again.
Yeah, it was an honor for the first time commentating here, and I will definitely be back here eventually.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it from Bristol. We will see you at Kansas. Chris Kraft signing out.